Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video. Back in June this year, 2023, we posted a video talking about what may be the best Forex pattern. It's just a very powerful setup, produces some great moves, and this pattern just continues to pump out really nice trades when they set up properly, of course. The challenge, like with any pattern or setup, is to have the patience to wait for them. Okay, and they occur on any time frame you like to trade. Could be from micro scalping right up to position trading. Darko points them out in advance to his long-term trading members, and I show them to the scalp members whenever I'm able to do that as well. And by the way, recently we posted a podcast where Darko talked about the power of just doing one thing. The podcast is called Darko's Secret to the Fastest Way to Consistent Profitability. So if you haven't listen to it, it's really a good one to catch because this is a great pattern to consider. There's a link to the podcast in the text below this video or the email that you received. And at the end of this video, there is a link to that June video that I referenced that goes over this pattern in more detail. So take a look at that and it'll give you a really good understanding of this setup. The trade in this video is a scalp trade on the British pound US dollar from just this past week. Really, it was just a beautiful trade. Hope you enjoy the video, and if so, we always greatly appreciate a thumbs up by hitting the like button. Okay, let's take a look at the trade. Hey folks, okay, so let's take a look at this trade, and it's on the British pound US dollar pair, and if you look at your higher time frames, we always start with the higher time frames, and where can we expect there to be reaction levels. So as this price came down and rallied and came down and rallied up and started to change the structure of this market. This is something that we've gone over a lot in our videos. And this structural change, and you can actually see it see how the lows are going higher and higher and higher here? And the highs are starting to go higher as well. That's something that you got to pay attention to. And as price came back, this used to be a pretty good level of resistance where price dropped like that. And then it went and broke strongly above it, closed way up here. As it comes back down to retest, the question is this. The question is there a trade available at this level, for the pattern that I'm looking for? And that's important, by the way. Don't try to trade everything. That is just a huge mistake. Pick a pattern. And by the way, this one's probably one of the best ones we have. And if your pattern shows up, take the trade. If it doesn't, there's no trade. Really simple. Okay, so if you go down to the 4-hour chart, it was actually a good level here as well. And down onto our entry time frame, which is the 15-minute chart, that's that same level I just showed you on the daily chart. This structural change here is exactly what we're looking for. And as it came down, the way I teach it, there's an entry was right down here, almost at the low here. It was really good and went straight up. It took like less than 2 hours. It was up over 4-1. Okay, so really good. It was entered well before any red flag news or anything like that. There was no risk in the trade because this candle here is a red flag news release, but it was the trade was well protected before this happened. Okay, so just in case you were wondering about this spike, and again, you're trading in alignment with the big trend, so probably it's going to go up. And this is a fantastically good entry. This whole thing in here was exactly what you want to see here. Let me just check my notes here. I wanted to talk to you about something else. Now, at the end of this video, there's a link to a video that we posted last June that goes over this pattern in more detail. So take a look at that, and it'll give you a really good understanding of this setup. Okay, like I say, it's actually a very simple setup pattern, but it's like anything else. Give yourself a bit of time to completely familiarize yourself with how it has to set up. It's not complicated, but it does need to set up and qualify by the rules. Alrighty? Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And just stand by, because next you're going to see the link to the video from last June that goes into this in more detail.